I said there'd be a part 2 for this video, so here it is. If you haven't watched the first one, watch it first. Not that you have to or anything, just I'd highly recommend it, you know what I mean. Anyway, part 2. I've seen a lot of adverts where the entire world seems to revolve around your prosperity in a single game. There's an advert, or genre of advert I should say, where there's some sort of building they want to enter, and whether or not you can enter depends purely on your power level in the game. So hypothetically, this could be some super important board meeting, and these could be the most intellectual individuals, but they'd rather have the morons in, just because they have a higher power level. Oh hang on, now it makes sense. This is a meeting to figure out how to advertise the game, and instead of taking in people who are actually good at advertising, they instead just take the people who are good at the game and end up making these cretinous adverts. No wonder. And also, apparently, this isn't even limited to one game. Oftentimes, when the person who was rejected sees someone with more stuff than them, they ask, how did he get this good? And the response is always something along the lines of, that's because I'm playing, and then the game they want to advertise. Which means that everyone else is apparently playing a completely different game, which in turn insinuates that it doesn't even matter what game you play, as long as you end up with a certain amount of power somehow. Which is silly, because the amount of time it will take you to get 1,000 power in one game can get you 6 million in another one. But on a serious note, what sentiment are they trying to appeal to with these adverts? All it means is that I could get super overpowered really quickly, in a world where everyone gets overpowered really quickly. Bloody smart, innit? I remember seeing this one advert for a certain app, which had evidently made a bunch of these crappy mobile ads, and seemed to be getting a lot of backlash from it. And to compensate for the adverts they had already made, they made another advert telling everyone how sorry they were. And I know what you're probably thinking. Well, let me tell you. Do you want to know what their reason for doing this was? According to those people, the reason they did this was because they are desperate. Okay, so let me just make this very clear, right? Anyone can apologise for something after they've reaped the benefits of it. That's like cheating for your exams, and then after you've gotten all 9s, you go around telling people, yeah, I cheated, I'm sorry. That's not a valid excuse upon any premise. And as if apologising for your actions after reaping the benefits wasn't scummy enough, right after doing this, they went on to promote their app anyway. What? What an absolute clown. So you're still quite desperate, ostensibly. So I'm not even going to introduce this one, just watch it yourself and tell me what you think.
My favorite Cheerio. Wow, this game has an excellent image quality. They look like real. Oh, she's so pretty, eh?
So like 30 seconds into this ad, and all I've seen is this wanker with this, in all honesty, horrendous acting, who now apparently wants to shag one of the video game characters. Like, what's going on? I mean, guys, the ad isn't over yet, just keep watching.
Eh? Let me touch your hands.
Oh, sorry, my bad. It seems like him wanting to pork an amalgam of pixels was just a joke, so I guess I'm the pillock in this scenario.
She's sharp. So lovely. Look, our intimacy increased. Both of us have reached level 60. The conversations differ depending on different scenes. I can also change outfits for partners. This game is really cool.
So in conclusion, right? If this advert is legit, the one commendable thing about this app is that the characters look so good that you want to shag them. You lot, I'm actually too tired for this. Let's just move on. And what I find quite comical is when apps which make crappy adverts try to expose the antics of other apps that make crappy adverts. There's one advert for one of those win free money apps, which, by the way, is such a ludicrous notion to make, like as if there's just free money with no apparent owner for anyone to claim whenever they feel like it. But whatever, right? Anyway, the people in the advert make this point. If you have to make a payment before you get the money, it's a fake game, which you'd think is just common sense, but some people do actually fall for it. But anyway, the reason I find this extremely suspicious is because if this were possible, someone would have capitalised off it ages ago. More importantly, why haven't you capitalised off it? Especially since in order for you to distribute it and then make an advert about it, you must have capitalized off it beforehand. So you either own or have very clear access to a plethora of money, and you're just giving it away for no apparent reason. Obviously, this would never happen, so it's clear to me that it's actually one of those fake scam apps, which means they literally just expose themselves as fake in an attempt to encourage people to download their app. Do you guys not even think anymore? Mobile ads are one of the most trivial forms of media currently available. Some of these things are so lazy, and others of these things are downright shady, and some of them should probably be illegal. But clearly, whoever runs the advert industry doesn't seem to care. So they're here to stay, apparently. And by the way, last video, I said I'd make my own advert at the end of this one. But it's been way too long since my last video, and I want to get this one out as soon as possible. So I'll do that another time. Anyway, see you later.